Hey, in this video, we're going to be talking about moving to Babcock Ranch, how to make it easier. We've got 5 great tips, and you're going to want to listen to the very end, and I'm going to tell you why. Moving to Babcock Ranch is not getting easier. There's more builders, more neighborhoods than ever. It continues to grow. It's only getting more and more complex to try and navigate purchasing a home here in town. There are so many options, so let us make it easier for you, and let's get rolling on this video. All right, let's start with point number 1, making it easier to move into Babcock Ranch. Now, this may go without saying, but you should get pre-approved before you even come in here. And I'm gonna tell you why. There is just way too much going on at different price points. You can right now today buy a home for as little as $360,000 and as high as $1.5 million. And what we have found is that buyers come in here, they start looking at that higher end stuff, right? The homes that sell for the 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, $1 million price point, and then they start looking at the stuff that they can afford, which is in the $400,000 and $500,000, and they get dissuaded, right? You can't come in here with the champagne taste and a beer budget. So in our opinion, it's better to know what you can afford before you get here, and then based on what you can afford, my team and I, we're going to give you a custom tailored tour to show you those homes that match your budget and meet your needs. So that's our first tip. Make sure you come in here with that pre-approval and know exactly what you can afford. Now, point number 2 on how to make this easier is understanding all of your options. So when you come in here, there are lots of different builders. Actually, here's some things to really digest. Right now, we've got 11 different builders and 14 neighborhoods where you've got new construction purchase options. When you open it up to resales, now you're talking 20 different neighborhoods you potentially could buy in. So do you really want to try and tackle this alone with all these different builders? And here's some other stats, like coming in here, we're always wondering, do you want to buy a resale or do you want to buy a new construction home? Now, the reason we focus on new construction is here's some stats. In the last, as of filming this video, the last 365 days, there have been 128 resales done and over 900 new construction sales. So 9 out of 10 buyers that we work with are buying new construction, and that just gives you so many options. And so that's why we are a big proponent here with the team that when you come into town, regardless what your budget is, we want to make sure you know every single option. And there's only one way to know every single option, and that leads us to point number 3. And yes, we are here now, point number 3, and that's work with the local realtor here in Babcock Ranch. Now, of course, we would love the opportunity to work with you here at Team John Garuti, but if you're going to work with another realtor, I would highly suggest working with someone that knows this area well. So here's some questions you should be asking. Number 1, do you live in Babcock Ranch? Number 2, how many homes have you sold in Babcock Ranch? Number 3, do you have relationships with the builders? And let me tell you why that's an important question, because builders, they sometimes have these awesome opportunities come up where they can discount homes, and guess where the builders turn to? The first person they ask, do you have a buyer, is the realtors that they have relationships with. So if the very least you want a real estate agent that has good connections here inside the town. And the fourth question you should ask any realtor that you're interviewing, do you do this part-time or do you do this full-time, right? Trying to find a home in Babcock Ranch right now, we were talking about how complex it is. You don't have an agent that's working full-time, we don't have a grip on this town. And I'm just gonna go out there and say it, right? To do you right as a customer and a client, you need full-time service. Part-timers, they've only got a part-time handle on what's going on here. So our recommendation is definitely work with somebody that does real estate full-time. Hey, we hope you're getting value out of this video so far. If that's the case, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel as we are constantly dropping new content on Babcock Ranch, and make sure to ring that notification bell as well. Now, we've got some other great resources for you moving to Babcock Ranch. Check out our new website, babcockranchNewHomes.com. We've got an awesome blog with all these great articles about what it's like to live here, school options, and more. And we also have real-time prices, like what it really costs to buy homes in here. And at any time, head over to talkbabcockranch.com, schedule a video call, and somebody from my team will meet you, and we will start exploring Babcock Ranch together.
And that brings us to step 4. Do some research. Do you even know the history of Babcock Ranch? I mean, it goes back over 100 years when this ranch first became Babcock Ranch. It used to be a living, working ranch. It still kind of is, but not to the scale that it used to be. And then, you know, modern history kind of goes to show the whole story behind Sid Kitson and his partners and how they bought the ranch and what comes along with that. So it's kind of cool to dig into and see if it might interest you. Another fact that I like to point out is that you might want to jump on Facebook. There's a bunch of groups in Facebook for everything you can imagine. Well, it's the same in Babcock Ranch. We have our group, it's Moving to Babcock Ranch, but you could find a social club, a sewing club, a paranormal club even, with some new skinwalkers that are walking around town. But also, you can also check out YouTube, and YouTube's going to give you a lot of lifestyle videos for you to kind of watch and just feel and see if it's a fit for you and your family to move to Babcock Ranch. And lastly, step number 5. If you have school-age children and you're thinking about moving to Babcock Ranch, do your research on the school. You know, I have friends that love the school. I have friends that don't love the school. I mean, the school's a little unique. It's a charter school. It's a project-based learning school, so some kids might thrive in that environment. Others might not. Some people have moved here from out of state. They thought it was convenient that the school was right here, and fast forward a year and they may not like the school so much, and now they're either taking their kid an hour away to go to a Charlotte County school, or maybe they're paying for a private school. So I would definitely suggest and highly advise doing some research on the school first before you actually come here. One way to do that when you come, go to the playground, talk to the other parents that are there playing with their kids. There's a good chance they do go to that school. If you're out and about at food trucks and you see, you know, parents walking around with their kids, stop, talk to them, ask them a few questions, see how they like it. Like I said, there's a lot of people that really do like this school, but on that same token, there's a lot of people that prefer to think that it's not their cup of tea. So please do your research before you even move to Babcock Ranch. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Thanks for watching the video. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, get a phone, call the office, 941-216-6494. You can always shoot a quick email to info@swfloridarealestate.com as well. Or if you want to be able to come out and take a peek around at some of the homes out here in town, just go to tourbabcockranch.com and someone from the team will take you out on a one-on-one tour and show you all of your options. And if by chance you happen to be in a builder's office right now or have been in the past recently, just let them know you're working with someone from the team and we'll be able to help you and cut down on some of the overwhelming feelings that you probably have. We look forward to seeing you soon and one day calling you neighbor.